everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover with Universal Monsters, Casey Jones as the Phantom Ultimate action figure. I got this from the Target app. It was part of the Haulathon drop. I think their fourth drop. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover with Universal Monsters, Casey Jones as the Phantom Ultimate action figure. Here's on the front. The image looks fantastic, scary, gruesome, sick. I love it. One side, Phantom, Neca. Other side, a few of the other turtles. On the back, like an old movie poster, bunch of different display options. It looks great. At the bottom, got a barcode in case it helps anybody. This is one of Neca's Ultimate figures. Window box packaging. You can hear the Velcro. Inside flap, got Casey Jones. And here he is in the package. Looks pretty freaking cool. Ton of accessories. So no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out, and he comes with a ton of cool stuff. He has a total of 8 alternate hands, totaling 10 interchangeable hands, 2 of which have goalie gloves on them. He's got 2 hockey sticks, a skull, and then a removable cloth soft goods jacket with a wire in it. Before we take a look at those, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. So this is Casey Jones. He's normally an ally of the Turtles, but who knows with this one. This guy looks like a deranged killer. The figure itself looks fantastic, and the accessories are awesome. So let's take a look. And I called it with this guy. When Neca started doing their Ninja Turtle with Universal Monster figures, I said, I hope they do Casey as Phantom of the Opera. He already has a mask, it's perfect, and they sure did, and it does not disappoint. Look at the face, mask, it's definitely scarier than the regular Casey mask. The lips sort of stitched together, the hair, the one strand on there, it's all very creepy. Look at the eyes, very well done. Little bow tie there. Black suited outfit, but it's sort of mixed with a goalie from hockey. Got the pads down the bottom. It looks really weird, but it all comes out nice. Neca did an excellent job with this figure. It looks really cool. Double jointed knees, single jointed elbow, creepy looking face. And speaking of that creepy face, here's a closer look. Nice detail. It's got some scratches on the forehead. It's been used, been worn. The mouth, the nose, they're very freaky looking. The hair, it all is just very creepy. And here's the figure broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's look at his accessories, and let's start off with his hands. So he has a total of 10 hands, 5 right hands, 5 left hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. Then his next pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands with a smaller grip. And here's his third pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands with a medium grip. Here's his fourth pair of hands. This is another pair of gripping hands with a large grip. And here's his final pair of hands. These are some large gloved hands. They have the goalie gloves on them. This one has got a big, I don't know, sort of shield thing. Skull and crossbones, spikes on the tip, padded glove. This one is simply the brown padded glove. Now, this guy looks creepy in itself, but it had the hockey components. I don't know, it's weird, but it works. I like it. Now let's look at his heads. He has 2 of them. They both have the hockey mask on, but one has a broken hockey mask exposing his scarred flesh underneath. Here he is with his first head. The mask is creepy, but intact. And here's his alternate head. This one has the cracked mask exposing his scarred flesh underneath. They both look really good. Now for his cloak. Outside looks fantastic. Very sort of shiny. On the inside, cloth. It's got a wire on both the edges here. It's sleeveless, kind of fitting, I don't know, Casey Jones or hockey theme. It's got a hard plastic sort of collar here. Take the head off, put this on. Should be really easy. Here's Casey with no cloak, and then here with his cloak on. Now let's check out the skull. It's a human skull. You see the bone is sort of off-white. A lot of sculpting detail on the top there. The eyes, the nose, the teeth, it all looks very good. I wonder if this is simply one of the Predator skulls repurposed. Either way, looks fantastic. And here's Casey Jones holding that skull. Now let's look at his hockey sticks. He has one regular hockey stick here. You can See, it's got some wrap around the handle where he's going to hold it, and then a bunch of wrap around the bottom there. The sculpt detail is very nice. And he has a larger hockey stick. I believe this is a goalie stick. You can see a ton of wrap around the base, as well as the handle. Here's Casey Jones holding the first hockey stick, and then holding the goalie stick. Now they've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories. Now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, he's standing at about 7.3 inches tall, which can translate to about 18.5 centimeters. Now for his articulation. Let's start with his head here. Of course, it can rotate from side to side. He can look up and down about that far, pretty good amount. Tilt his head from one side to the other. He seems to have articulation at the top of the neck, base of the head, as well as the bottom of the neck. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out about 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. Single jointed elbow. A little bit more than 90 degree bend with rotation. His wrist can rotate and it's going to be hinged. His torso seems to be one solid piece. Ball joint his waist, rotate around, forward and back. Legs, does the splits. Ball joints inside of there. They can rotate independently of the ball. Legs go forward about that much, not too much. Back, not at all. Looks like double jointed knees, although I'm having a little trouble getting the bottom part to break free. Let's see how it works on the other side. It goes all the way in there. I'll have to get some hot water, free the bottom part of this other leg here. Then his ankle, forward and back, tilt rock, and looks like no traditional rotation there. I went ahead and forced open that second knee joint. Goes further down. You can see it looks like it was sort of painted shut there. That's why I was having some trouble. And I didn't forget to mention his knee does have rotation in it. That kind of offsets the lack of rotation in his ankle there. Here's an image of Casey Jones with a scarred face holding his hockey stick. And a closer look at Casey's broken mask exposing a scarred face. Now let's check him out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Neca figures. Here's Casey Jones as the Phantom of the Opera, next to Leonardo as the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And here he is, next to Raphael as Frankenstein's monster. Then, next to Michelangelo as the Mummy. And here, next to April O'Neil as the Bride of Frankenstein. Then, next to Splinter as Van Helsing. And finally, here he is next to the most recent one, and possibly the last of the NECA, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and Universal Monsters line, Donatello as the Invisible Man. Here's the entire NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover with Universal Monsters line. We have a total of 7 figures. Donatello as the Invisible Man, Splinter as Van Helsing, Leonardo as the Hunchback, Casey as the Phantom of the Opera, Raphael as Frankenstein's monster, April as the Bride of Frankenstein, and then Michelangelo as the Mummy. Now, this is everything that we're aware of so far. There have been no teased or leaked figures upcoming. I would love to see what they could do with Shredder in this line. There's a lot of possibilities. They could start releasing the same turtles as different monsters. The line itself, frankly, it's kind of unnecessary, but it's really cool and well done, so I'll definitely give NECA that. It's a very cool toy line. Nice attention to detail, fantastic accessories. A little too expensive, but that's just the way NECA figures are nowadays. And here he is, next to a Casey Jones figure from the Turtles movie. And NECA actually made 3 different versions from the Turtles movie. We've got the farmhouse version and the sweats on the left, then the standard version, and then the unmasked ultimate version. And here he is, next to NECA's movie Turtles, which are some amazing figures. And here he is, next to some DC Direct, Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated film Turtles. Then, next to some NECA animated Turtles in Disguise from the animated series. And here, next to some Playmates Turtles from the Stranger Things crossover with Ninja Turtles line. Then, here he is, next to NECA's Universal Monsters line. We have the Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, the Mummy, and the Invisible Man. And there's a ton more coming in the Universal Monster line. And I hope there's more coming in the Ninja Turtle crossover with Universal Monster line. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a NECA figure, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller But first, let's check him out with some of his Neca brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from Neca Toys, all 7-inch scale. Then, next to even more Neca figures. And here's Casey, next to even more Neca figures. These are from different, more modern horror properties. And now, next to some Jack-specific wrestling figures. And here he is, next to some DST or Diamond Select toys. Here he is, next to my car keys. Then, next to some McFarlane toys. And here he is, standing with some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. Then, next to some Mattel wrestling figures. And now, next to some Jazzwares AEW wrestlers. And here he is, next to some Mezco 112 collective figures. Then, with some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here he is, next to some Mafex figures. Then, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is, next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And finally, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, he's a fantastic action figure. He looks really cool. The accessories are amazing. His articulation, it's pretty good, maybe just a little bit limited. These Universal Monster crossover with Ninja Turtle figures, they're totally unnecessary, but they are just so cool and well done. If I had to rate this guy, I'm going to give him a solid 8 out of 10. Way higher than I was expecting, but the figure very much impresses me. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add it to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.